Good morning, John again. I'm playing Immaculate Grid, going for low time, low rarity score, and I am playing grid number 494, which is the career slugging percentage of Jay Buhner, who I did write a little bit about in a chapter in my book, talking about the Seinfeld rant from Mr. Frank Costanza. Let's get into it. Let's see if we can use Buhner. I think he actually only played major league games with the Mariners. I don't think he ever actually played in the big leagues with the Yankees. I might be wrong about that. But yeah, my whole thing was the timing of the rant. It was basically right after the offseason after the Yankees had been defeated by Buhner's Mariners, or one could argue Griffey and Martinez's Mariners, in the 95 ALDS. So he didn't have the foresight to know that, hey, the Yankees have, four World Series in the immediate horizon. So that was the kind of the gist of that chapter. Again, it's just a frivolous thing that I thought was fun, and I wrote a chapter about it. Wrote a whole book about those things. So here we go. Read it. The link is in the description if you wanna buy it. Let's go. Let's play Immaculate Grid. Let's see if we can get Jay Buhner in there. And here we go. Oh man, maybe. I actually don't think so. Oh, Macklemore. Let's see here. I should narrate as I'm doing this. Justin Upton for Diamondbacks right fielder. Oh, let's go. Uh, Derek Bell for Astros right fielder. 30 stolen bases in a season. I know Goldschmidt did that once, and Biggio did that a bunch of times. And Ricky Henderson certainly works for 100 runs and 30 stolen bases. Um, right field, 100 runs season. How about Ichiro? Just for the heck of it, I'll throw Buhner in there because it's his day. I kind of think he didn't do it though. Whatever. Oh, he did. Sweet. So I got it right at a minute, and I was able to use Jay Buhner there for 4% on his day. I was kind of weighing that one because there was 100 runs is one I don't know as well. I mean, these guys are just, I know Henderson has had a bunch of 100-run seasons. He's the all-time leader in runs scored. I know both of these guys had seasons above 140. Biggio in 97 and Henderson in 85. Um, I think Bagwell had a season above 150 actually. Um, But I mean, other than that, I mean, like, which year did Buhner have 100 runs scored? I don't know. Probably maybe 96 because that was a full season. Um, but I mean, he hit. The reason I didn't think Buhner would get there is he hit behind Griffey and Martinez and A-Rod. I think when A-Rod, Griffey, Martinez, then typically Buhner. So he'd hit behind those guys and then ahead of like Tino Martinez or Paul Sorrento, which I thought would have made it harder for him to get to 100 runs scored, but apparently he got there. So good for him. All right, I don't know if I'm going to do better than the 4% there. We'll do a stop share and a reshare. And yes, I did notice that Randy Johnson could work for either of the first two. All right. And we'll play. See, that would have been a rarity grid from yesterday. All right, let's see how we can do here. I'm gonna grab Jose Cruz Jr. He will work here. Ah, for a full percent. Um, 30 stolen bases for the Diamondbacks. I think Segura works. I think he had a season of 30. He takes 2%. I know Scott Posednik had exactly 100 runs scored in his rookie season. So he takes 0.3. Let's see. Right fielder with 100 runs scored. Or just anyone who's ever played right field. It's the mindset you've got to have. Um, anyone at all. You could go Babe Ruth, go Henry Aaron, you could go Stan Musial, you could go Roberto Clemente, or you could try to think of somebody who didn't mainly play right field, but maybe got out there for a little bit there. Sosa. Here here's one. It's not positive, but the one I'm going to go with is I remember the 2011 season, Adrian Gonzalez had to play like a game in right field because the Red Sox were shorthanded. Um, and I'm sure he had 100 runs scored. Let's see if my memory is serving me correctly on that one. Yeah, that's a nice low rarity score there. I pulled that one deep from the vault. Let's see. Any Astro who's ever played any right field. Um, any Astro with a 30 stolen base season. Of course, Bagwell works. Couple times he stole over 30. Jose Cruz, actually, it's do Jose Cruz Senior. Be cool to get both brothers in there, or not brothers, father son. He takes it, and they do look like a lot alike. I've done this before, and they do look a lot alike. Um, I think he would have also played some right field. But okay, let's see here. I wonder how many people are going to have the recall. Let's go to the 98 season. Let's get original right fielder Kareem Garcia. He goes someone. Where to now? Where to now? This combination. Um, would Cruz work here, actually? You don't get to switch. Um, Segura would have worked there, but I've used him and Cruz. I want to say Cruz hits the Diamondbacks and the Devil Rays. Um, trying does Jose? Yeah, I don't even know which of those teams he. I want to say Jose Guillen might have hit both teams, but it might also be neither team. Um, I'm not recalling that one exactly. Um, let's get Mike Morgan in there. 2%. Yeah, he's come up in popularity with this game. All right. Trying like Seattle, 100 runs scored, and then like any Astro right fielder. Of course, Berkman played a little right field. Moises Alou played a little right field. Um, I don't know if Cesar Cedeno spends any time in right field. Off the top of my head, I think he was more of a center fielder and Cruz was more of a left fielder, but wouldn't surprise me if sorry, this Cruz was more of a left fielder and this Cruz played some center. I guess this Cruz played all over the outfield. He would have worked, maybe. He didn't play for Houston that long though. Um, I know Aubrey Huff played a bit of the outfield and played in Houston briefly, but I don't have enough. I think he might have been a full-time first baseman by then. Um, see, I think Bell disappears. He's traded after the 98 season. I don't know if Carl Everett gets any time in right field. I know Moises Alou will work. I don't know how popular that's going to be. Oh, I thought of one. I can't remember the guy though. Now, one time I was at a Brewer Astro game at County Stadium and some drunk fans attacked the right fielder. Um, I mean, no, I don't think anyone was the right fielder at least wasn't hurt. Hopefully those guys got roughed up by security a bit, but the it was the most bizarre thing I'd ever seen. at a game, and but I can't remember the name of the right fielder. For some reason, I was thinking Bill Spires because he had played for the Brewers, but I remember I don't think that was actually the connection. I think he was an infielder too, so that wouldn't work. Um, and then yeah, I mean the 70s and 80s, it's pretty much covered. I mean, Alou was mainly a left fielder at first in like the 98 season. He misses the whole of the 99 season, and then 2000, 2001, I think he's mainly in right field because Berkman comes up and he's in left field. That's my recollection there. Carlos Lee, I think, spends a little time in right field for the Astros. Trying to think of any other people that should just jump to like who like the 0405 World Series or World Series and playoff teams that went to the NLCS both years. I guess Berkman was probably playing a lot of right field at that point. I think it was before he shifted to first base. How good this is. I'm gonna go with Moisalu though. Okay, 2%. And then that was a long way to go. And then for 100 runs scored for the Seattle Mariners, I'm gonna go with Joey Cora because I have a hard time believing he didn't score 100 runs batting in front of that cavalcade of big hitters that I just mentioned. And I'm right, and he takes 1%. There's only 15 options there, so that's pretty good. Only 7 options for here, and that I took 2% there. So those are solid choices. The positional ones, I guess really Moise Zulu is the only positional one where it's just like there were 200 options and I picked a guy with 2%. But even 2% for there's 83. There's obviously better ones, but that's still all right. But anyway, thank you so much for playing along with me this morning. And we'll be back at it tomorrow. Peace.